And now for something completely different. It's EVTV Ireland.
Hello everyone, this is EVTV Ireland and this is the first episode of Meet the Owners.
Hello, my name is Pat and this is my Volkswagen e-Golf.
Alright, so first Pat, why did you buy this e-Golf?
I liked the look of it, I liked how it drove, I wanted an EV and this was the best.
That you can find?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's your first EV, right?
It's my first EV.
Okay, so how long have you had it for?
I've had it for 4 years.
4 years. And how many kilometers have you done with this?
107,000.
107,000, so you drive a lot with this car.
I drive a lot with this car.
Okay. Okay, so Pat, what was your last car? Was it petrol, diesel?
I had a petrol Peugeot 206.
206 petrol. Yeah, for a few years.
I had it for a few years and its clutch cable broke.
Yeah.
That was the end of that.
That was the end, and it was an opportunity for you to change
the car, and I bought this.
Okay, so it's obviously a very different car. It's a bigger car and newer car, much newer as well. So how does it compare?
Oh, there's no comparison. This is a 1,000 times better car.
Yeah, I imagine. Go back to the electric side of it. So how big is the battery on this e-Golf?
It's a 24 kilowatt usable battery.
24 kilowatt hours. So what's the range?
Realistically, if I'm not driving on a motorway, it's 160 kilometers. Otherwise, it's about 130.
130. Do you have a heat pump on this?
No.
You don't. It's an option, I think, on those vehicles, right?
It's an option in the e-Golf.
Yeah,
but it's not standard.
So in winter, what's the loss of range? You would say, more or less, in percentage, maybe.
If it is cold, you could lose 50 kilometers worth of range by using the air conditioner.
Okay, and it's good to know. You might want to spare. You probably could have a heated seat. Do you have heated seats?
I do have heated seats.
That's very useful, of course. What's the longest journey you've done with this car?
About 800 kilometers.
800. Where did you go?
I did some of the Wild Atlantic Way, starting in Clonakilty, down through Skibbereen, up over to Mizenhead, into Kinmare, and back to Limerick.
How many? Couple of days or more than that?
It was a couple of days.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. So, did you have any costs on electricity? Or are you using the public charging infrastructure, I suppose?
So I charge at home. Probably about 90% of my charging is done at home.
Yeah.
Works out very cheap with night rate electricity and solar. Costs something like €40 a month for me. So it's cheap.
Yeah. And so you have CCS on this vehicle. So you use the public charging infrastructure as well if you do longer...
If I do longer distances and if there's a fast charge point available, then CCS.
Yeah. So you will take... did you subscribe to the ESB e-cars offer?
I have subscribed to the offer.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of a no-brainer now because you don't have any monthly fees, I suppose. But you will
for
use
12 months anyway.
Exactly, for the 12 first month. So you say you charge at home 90% of the time. So you have big commutes, right? How do you typically use your EV?
I get up, I unplug my car, I drive to work.
Yeah.
I drive home, I plug my car back in.
Every day.
Every day.
Yeah, it's a daily thing for you. Because of your mileage.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like 100 kilometers plus a day?
It's about 100 kilometers every day.
Yeah, so that's good mileage. And I suppose, do you ever think about how much money you're saving just on petrol commuting?
So versus my previous car, the Peugeot 206, I used to pay €60 a week for petrol.
Yeah.
I now pay €40 a month to do the same.
So 6 times less.
Yes.
Yeah. So of course that goes against your repayment, maybe, or it's
the loan, fuel cost, etc.
Yeah, that's the depreciation of your car, basically. Just your savings, which is very good. So you have a home charger, of course.
Hmm.
Is that 3 kilowatts, 3.6 or 7.2?
I think it's up to 7.2, but this car only takes 3. So
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, at least it's future proof.
yes.
For your next one, you don't have to change your.
I won't be getting another one for a while, but
Yes, but you will eventually, I'm sure, because 7 kilowatt at home is a standard anyway.
Yeah.
Well, it should be. Did you buy any other charging equipment? This car came with a
came
Type
with
2
a Type 2 cable and a granny cable.
and a grain cable as well, so you didn't need to buy anything else really. Yeah. No specific adapters or something like this.
Not yet.
So you use suddenly public chargers, I suppose, on weekends if you go a bit.
If I go on a long journey,
Yeah.
I seldom,
Yeah.
3, maybe 4 times a month.
Yeah, so it's not too often.
No.
Okay, yeah. Have you ever been stranded or run out of battery with this car?
I've almost run out of battery in this
Almost?
car,
Mm-hmm.
but
How was it? How did it happen?
I overjudged how far I could travel with a full car and a bootload of luggage, and
Yeah,
it was embarrassing.
a bit. Was it at the beginning of your ownership?
Yes.
Yes, that's a rookie mistake, right?
A rookie mistake. Has never happened since.
Exactly. Then you get to know your car and you know what you can do with it. It's like any car, you know the limits after a
Yeah.
while. What do you prefer about this car? Is it something in particular that you really like in this car?
I like the size of it. I like its looks. It's just basically a Golf that happens to have a battery instead of
Yeah.
petrol or diesel.
I think that's the best argument from this car because the Golf is a car everybody kind of likes
It's
because
one of
it's
the
a
most
very
popular cars in the world.
Exactly, it's definitely the best-selling car in Europe. So it's a very good all-rounder car, and so yeah, this one happens to be electric. So yeah, it's good because a lot of electric vehicles, I suppose, are a bit different and a bit more funky, and then the Golf is the opposite. So it's very mainstream. So it appeals to you,
Exactly.
obviously. Yeah. Anything that you don't like about this car, or that you miss compared to another car in general?
Not really. Obviously, I would like more range, but
Yes.
it's a minor issue.
It's going to be the next one. The next
Yeah.
one will have more range. Yeah. What was the hardest thing for you to do when you changed from petrol to electric?
Mindset.
Yeah.
You just have to change how you think about the car. Other than that, there isn't
Yeah,
really an issue.
Yeah. Do you think about going back to internal
Never.
combustion engine? No.
Never.
Never, ever.
Ever.
Do you have any message for anyone who wants to have an EV?
Just do it.
Just do it. That's do you have any message for anyone looking into the e-Golf?
It's a wonderful car. If you want a conventional looking car, it's probably the most conventional EV looks wise. If you want the most range, well, it's definitely good, but there are better coming, and
Yeah.
there are better on the market.
Yeah, that's for sure. All right, thanks a lot, Pat, for this, for sharing your experience for your Volkswagen e-Golf.
You're welcome.
Thanks.